Okay then, boys. Let us get into it. Today, the 9th of August. Right, week has just officially ended. Okay. Oh my days, man. Oh, okay. Today's been a bit of a weird one, right? Well, it's going to be a quick one too. Okay. Right. Traded way too many times today. Way too many. We'll start with the first one. Okay. See this gap here? This is a day opening gap, right? And it's a pretty strong draw of, I don't know what you class it as, like liquidity or imbalance or something. It's I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to effectively word it or use it. So, but I used it in one of the trades today. All right, so let's go on the 5, and it was the first one. Okay, so you know, on the daily, right? I now believe we are officially done with fucking shitty retracements, right? Because the amount of times we've just been playing around in this fair value gap, and I've just been constantly looking for longs and keep getting liquidated, right? I think the market's at its fun now. Okay, we've held this daily fair value gap. On the week, we've closed within the weekly fair value gap, right? So retracement can piss off, right? I now believe we are officially back to being bullish, but that won't be confirmed unless we get a clean close, well, close above this very high up here, right? Anyway, so going into the day, Thursday we were pretty bullish. I didn't trade on Thursday because I had an absolute stinker on the Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Kind of lost my head a little bit. I've been stressed about the 101 payout. So I kind of lost my cool a little bit. Kind of, you know, over leveraged. Constantly looking for opportunity when opportunity wasn't even there, right? Regardless, new day opening gap. This is what this grey box is, okay? So we see market open. Tap on in, right? Let me label this market open real quick. Market open. Tap on in. Nice rejection off. I'm thinking, all right, okay. You know, this new concept. Or not, it's not a new concept, but like this concept which I've seen so much of. So I was in the Big Gains Club, and if you were a member of that before, then you'd know that Antonio fucks with the new day opening gaps. Right, I was in there for 3 months. So I can make a video on that, but there's no need to for the moment. Right. So we come on up. Tap on in. Come on down. Come on up. I believe higher. Yeah. Is it higher? I can't actually fucking tell. Yeah. Make a higher high. Right. And then we get a closure below, creating a market structure shift on the 5 minute. Right. Thinking, all right, okay, brilliant. My entry was here. Why was my entry here? I can't remember. Was it a 1 minute? Might be a 1 minute. Ah, yes. It would be this inverse fair value gap. Okay. I don't know what this is. What the fuck is this? Where's that box? Oh yes, 5 minute. Because you know, see, we broke the low, and then we broke past and created an inverted 5-minute fair value gap. Okay, so I was looking for shorts. That's pretty good confirmation. New day opening gap, market structure shift, inverse gap. Brilliant. Look for shorts. So I get my entry, get filled in. Price shows zero mercy. Actually, no, I got in before that. I got in. Must have been on this gap. Motherfucker, where did I enter? It was somewhere around here, because I remember it running. Because at the time, right, we're looking hella bullish, okay? And from this low, it's a bit messy at the moment, right? But it will clear up. From this low to this high, equilibrium. So at equilibrium, fuck off, man. At equilibrium, I wanted to de-risk and move my stop loss. So instead of moving my stops to break even, you know, since we closed below this gap on the 5-minute, see, once we closed on in, tapped into equilibrium, I was thinking, all right, okay, this 5-minute gap's going to hold, but it might still want to come on up because there's a little 5-minute gap as well. Right, let me get rid of that. So I'll move my stop loss to below the recent high, swing high, before the sell-off. And, well, you can see how that played off. The inverse fair value gap did not hold. It came on up, tapped into the new day gap, and then began to sell off. Okay, so, but I was already out at that point. And then I switched my bias to long since, you know, we hit equilibrium on the hour, on the hourly. And it was a pretty fucking good rejection. Alright. So this inverse gap is, because we also got a, let me remove this too because it's quite confusing. We also got another market structure shift. So come on down, take out these 5-minute lows. Yeah. Take out these 5-minute lows. Liquidity sweep, fill out more of this imbalance, shoot on up. Market structure shift. Okay, this was originally TP1. So I set my limit order on this 5-minute inverted gap. I don't know if it'd be classed as a breaker or BPR. It's not a breaker, BPR I think it would be classed as. So, you know, we got tapped in, nice reaction, thinking, oh fucking oath, this is all good, this is, and then just a huge sell off. So the new day opening gap seems to be pretty fucking good. I'll have to keep an eye on that, but I'm not familiar with that sort of trade, hence why I didn't just hold. And plus the confluences that I used got absolutely disrespected, so I lost about 400 on the first trade. This one lost about 1,000. Yeah, about 1,000. So I was like, oh, fuck. But regardless, okay, the original, you can even see the first take profit was at the equilibrium, stop loss at break even. Right, the original trade idea was because on the hourly there's a massive fair value gap underneath these this area of liquidity, which are labeled here. Right, this is just an hour breaker block and I believe an hour fair value gap overlap, so it's kind of this is an hourly unicorn setup, okay, which is an ICT, pretty well known ICT not concept. Oh, I thought what's the fucking word? I've just come from work. Can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's an ICT sort of like setup, which is quite good. If you're gonna learn anything, the unicorn setup model is pretty decent. Anyway, we have this liquidity sweep, and then we come on down, tap into the hourly fair value gap, right? Looking at it on the 5-minute, we have this fat fair value gap, inverse fair value gap. Okay, and this trade was a bit of a weird one. Because it's going to be hard to see. But you see this candle here. This bullish candle, right? We actually closed above the gap. So I was like, all right, okay. I'm looking for longs now. Right? So I set up the limit order before. Because you see, we came on up first. So whilst we came on up, I set my limit order on the inverse fair value gap. And then I saw that we came on into this gap, but it didn't fill me in, which is weird. Right, so I'm looking at this price leg down. I'm thinking, why the fuck isn't it filling me? Because I'm now just on market execution on MetaTrader. I'm pressing buy. It just keeps saying rejected until eventually it filled me in, and it filled me in here 7358. So almost halfway into the fair value gap. Right, my stop loss was originally, I calculated it to be 8 pips, but it filled me in, and I already had my stop loss placed here at these lows here. So just to get the risk to reward, kind of like a gauge of what I'm going to be looking at, I kept it at 8, but this red line was my stop loss. But you see, we came on down, tapped on into the fair value gap again, hourly, and still held this 5-minute inverse fair value gap. And then, bang. At this, TP1 was a hourly fair value gap. TP1 was. So this is when I moved my stops to break even. And because we had a lot of momentum coming up. And I was pretty confident, because it's just nothing but up. If that makes any sense. I was pretty confident we were at least getting to TP2 and then the new day opening gap, right? So I didn't take any profits off, which is not a good thing to do. Well, I would not recommend it, but can't lie, I've been hella greedy recently, and it needs to fucking change. But thankfully, it works out in our favor. My stops are at break even anyway. You know, it's all right. It's okay. So yeah, this model, literally hourly fair value gap, area liquidity, fucking 30-minute hourly lows, area liquidity, up and down. We sweep. We finally get a market structure shift, inverse fair value gap, enter, target, at least, because like, okay, worst case scenario, you're catching the retracement into this hourly fair value gap, then your stops are at break even anyway, and then if it comes down, you're fine. You're not losing any fucking money, right? So it's always not worth taking it, but with the right narrative and market structure, then it's okay. It's alright to take, you know. So yeah, we at these highs took off what 90% of the position, because when we come up here, it was about 4:30, and I was going to work, start work at 5. So you know, whilst I'm at work, I don't really want to be dealing with the stress and where's the market, where's it going, is it gonna carry on, what? Don't want to be checking all that. So I took out about 90%. Just let the rest run, you know, let the runners run. We come on down into this hourly inverse fair value gap, because we inversed it on the way up, and we now just seem to be holding, you know, bouncing around, generating liquidity at these lows. So going into next week, I would not mind. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna get rid of it, but I'm gonna keep this shit. Right, so I'm gonna keep that, remove that, because we've got that now. Remove that, and that. Okay, so we've got liquidity sweep, hourly fair value gap, inverse this gap. What I'm going to be expecting to see come Monday, because I didn't want to hold over the weekend, because swaps, don't know any experience, never held over the weekend, don't know anything about swaps, don't want to fuck with them right now. And to be fair, I closed 90% of the position anyway, so if we do decide to shoot up on Monday, then I'm only going to get a couple £100 more. It's not fucking worth it. But since this inverse fair value gap seems to be holding and we're generating these lows, I wouldn't mind on Monday if we come on down, sweep these lows, still respect the inverse fair value gap, maybe fill out some more of these gaps, you know, like this inverted fair value gap. Not going to bother labeling it, we'll see what Monday does. If Monday wants to come on down, sweep, and then target this area of liquidity. So I do believe the overall draw will be this high here, these 4-hour highs. Because we did also get a 4-hour market structure shift. So to me, we are definitely in an uptrend. I'm going to remove these. Keep the daily fair value gap for now. 4-hour sweep of the lows, 4-hour market structure shift. That's a good sign, boys. That is a good sign. We're going to go up, at least to these hoes. At least to these highs. Right? And these, then these. They're buy-side liquidity. So we've just been generating all this buy-side liquidity. From this high, all the way down. All these highs, untapped liquidity. Even these are very good draw on liquidity. Just because equal highs. We're going for them. I believe it next week. And with this, we have finally, because all last week has just been pretty dire price action. Catching a lot of people out, liquidating a hell of a lot of people, especially me. I had a shocking week this week. But still got the account, miraculously. I do want to show you the account. I'll show you the account, but miraculously still have the account. And if the trade I took in, because I traded the New York session today, which is how I was able to catch that move. What I need to do as a day trader is forget about the money, forget about the account. I need to watch the markets, right? I've just analyzed on the 4-hour liquidity sweep, market structure shift, respecting bullish confirmation, disrespecting bearish confirmations. You see, we're respecting the bullish fair value gap, disrespecting the bearish fair value gap, making it an inverse. You know, we're currently generating liquidity by consolidation. Right? There's liquidity resting underneath here as well. You know, say Monday we come on down and then get confirmations to go higher. I'm taking the trade. If we come on down, don't get any confirmation, that's okay. Wait for these lows to be taken, because then this is obviously the next draw, unless we are just filling out this gap. But if we're just filling out this gap, then I get my confirmation, you know. I need to stop forcing trades onto the market. That's my big issue right now, is going into every day expecting to take a trade, expecting to make money just so I can make a YouTube video. But it's not why I started the series. It's not to be, you know, gaining subscribers, gaining views, you know, eventually building a community. That would be nice, but I am nowhere near that level of mentorship and confidence. You know, need to be a good trader first. Because if you focus on the money, you're gonna lose a hell of a lot more than what you make. If you focus on the trading and building good habits, you're gonna be making a hell of a lot more money with a lot less stress. You know, you're confident. You lose a trade here or there, oh well, what did I do wrong? Analyze. That's what I need to be doing. This is the whole reason for the YouTube videos. But yeah, that's my overview. Next week, I expect to see some bullish price action. And these highs up here, man, they're just screaming to be touched. To be tapped into. The liquidity is literally begging for help right now. It wants to I can't say anything, which doesn't sound weird, but anyway, I'm gonna stop waffling. Right. I took 3 trades today. That's shit. That's not good at all. That's not good. Need to wait. Wait for price to come to me, not for me to constantly be looking for opportunity. That's not what we do. Alright? It's not what I'm about. I don't like it. I've just like, oh, my head's gone to shit this week. And this payout ain't helping, but I can't blame it on the payout. You know, it'll come in time. Unless one of them funding is a scammy prop firm. Three-month payout times? Not really one-on-one, are they? Hello, Tilly. Anyway, let me load up MetaTrader. I'll be right back. Gordash. You've appeared on the channel a lot. Right. 188,892.59p is where the account is currently sitting. So you see the trade that I took, made 2% on it, I risked 1%, so that's about 4 RR, which is pretty good, pretty standard trade, pretty good trade, you know. Take that, take 4 RRs any day of the week. But you see, man, this week I think I'm down. This week I'm down 3% this week, man. That shouldn't be happening. 3% in a week. I mean, it happens. You go on losing weeks, right? But this week wasn't necessarily a losing week. It was, I lost my head, lost composure, and was seeking opportunity when it wasn't even there. You know, it's like, would you stand up right now, go and wipe your ass when you haven't even had a shit? No, of course you wouldn't. But that's what I've been doing. You know. Hopefully, next week we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna be a lot more. I'll say I'm gonna be a lot more patient, but there's no point saying it. You know, no point being all fart no shit. You say, you know, you can't just talk. You gotta walk. You know. One of them, right? But that's what the account's looking at right now. Currently down just under 6%. I lost 3% this week. Today, bad shit. Even though we've made, to count the losses, I made 1%. Right, everything added up, I made 1%. Right, that's still not good. Okay, so today, bad shit, bad habits. This week, bad shit, bad habits. Not good. Next week, we'll see what it brings, but who knows, mate? Good shit in a bear. No. Bad shit in a bear.